one of Gorshi's son, Yurupu Wanaga Ijidiga. I just take any opportunity to learn anything about my culture because our generation doesn't really know that much, so.
From Cattle Creek joins up with the Conda Mine, and the Conda Mine will join up with the Murray. And that's how this song line run that way too, within the river system, and which it runs into down to Brisbane, the Story, runs out to Stradbroke Island, and up to Fraser Island. This song line running that way from the Bonye Mountains.
Dagandu Navadu. Yeah.
The Bonye Mountains are 275 kilometres northwest of Brisbane, between the two regional cities of Kingaroy and Dalby. For Aboriginal peoples, this place is the most significant cultural landscape in Australia, and the mountains are a direct representation of thousands of years of ceremony, trade, law and marriages as part of the great Bonye festivals.
And that's why we connect to Uluru. Dream and story. Yeah, them old people, desert people will tell you. That snake, he come from the east.
We done a bit of clearing down in Ackland there when they first opened the Ackland mines. We picked up, well my son did, picked up a head of an axe, an old axe, and it was green. You know, and I said, oh wow, so we took it over to this old archaeologist. And he said, you know what, Lily Bell? I said, oh what? He said, do you know where this jade comes from? I said, is it jade? He said, yeah. You know where it's from? I said, no, I'm waiting for you to tell me, because he was excited, you know. He said, this is all the way from Victoria.
Nacho, waka, baba, nacho, mama, nyama, baba, naru, baba.
And then spur off and head down towards Baramba Creek and Ban Springs area, and that's where made a lot of groups that come off the coast and from up north there used to join up with the Waka Waka people at Ban Springs.
The Waka Waka people sent out messages to all the tribes throughout Queensland, New South Wales and possibly South Australia or the Northern Territory to come in and enjoy the Bonye season.
They did a trade, they had their own trade. It was like something like a flea market, like you could go through it, and each group would have their own stuff there, the shell from the sea and bangles and all that sort of thing. Each one had a different curleman, different tribes had different curleman, but you knew by looking at that stuff they had there, spear and whatever, which one they come from, because each one had their own.
Along the creek there, you know, they call it Cattle Creek today, but yeah, I've seen recordings of white fellas talking about it being lit up like Queen Street, the main street of Brisbane. You know, there was that many fires. Because you got to understand that, you know, there's probably thousands of people at the mountains at the one time.
One of the key features of this cultural landscape are the grassland balls. The balls are a product of thousands of years of traditional burning practices associated with the great Bonye gatherings. However, now the balls are being smothered by encroaching rainforest and eucalypt woodland, as fire has not been used to manage this landscape to the same extent since European colonisation.
Do you want to keep the bunnies that are out today, or do you want to put them what they were 200 years ago? But maybe what we've got today is what we've got to aim at, maybe improve some of those individual areas and link up, whatever. And maybe some of those areas, for the sake of, if you only got so much time to do stuff, these particular ones are really, really important. Let's make sure they stay here and put our effort there. These grasslands have got a lot of plant species in them, and they're all cold, temperate species. They've got more in common with the Monero tablelands down near Canberra than the Darling Downs in many ways. The most important point that I want to get across is that these grasslands, baldy knobs, are disappearing very, very, very quickly, and you can see it all from where we stand now. Up there to Mount Moberlin, I can show you pictures of that mountain with not a single tree on it. The grasslands have gone from about 700 hectares in 1900 to less than 300. It's we've got 2/3 of them, of the area of grasslands have gone in the last century.
Well, Toowoomba's got the black basalt stone axes. It's this really hard stone, and it was traded extensively way out, traded for bituary and ochres and a whole lot of things that goes on at a marketplace.
One old dream story, that old snake went for the twigs on the head and travelled that way west. She got into a bit of a fight or something and got wounded out there. But she left one egg there and came back and went to a water hole. And healed herself and came back home.
Let them know about their dream time. We've still got it. This Uluru does it. You know. That's a part of this. They're together. Only we've got herbs. Food up here. Bonye nuts.
They said, come here. There's a squash that we got to stone and everything to prove it. That it was squashed. The old people used to drink the milk out of it up there. That was their mamu.
So we've got a strategy that says what type of country, how often it gets burnt, and then every year we've got a plan that says this is what we want to burn for the rest of the year. In that plan we can now identify to say, hey, we want to burn this over the next 2 to 3 years, so we can roll it on without going back through the paperwork again. These grasslands don't just happen on the ridges and the tops of a couple of the tallest hills. They occur in valleys, on the sides of the slopes, on the north side of the mountain, on the south side, the east, the west. And it's really interesting to wonder about how they got there in the first place. I think that they've been here for a long time, as long as the bunya pine.
We got stuff from Middle Country, Western Australia. We got stuff from Auckland, from South Australia, you know, up north. This is the dot painting come down here. This is the Uridu come down here.
Well, Yellow Lucy, you believe it on full blood. He said they went on the sky, the stars met. When certain stars come to certain, they knew the meeting time was in. That was the month they met on. And the bunya nuts.
This was the meeting place of my granny, Jenny Lynn, and Maggie Art, our mama of the land.
And over the last 10 years where I've been burning some of them, we can demonstrate that fire can keep them open. It can kill some species. It can slow the rate at which the trees grow on these grasslands. Whether it can keep them exactly purely grassland, I don't know. It will require a lot of effort, continuous follow-up burning. It needs a concerted, solid effort by lots of people.
Let's do this right, because this is our future. Generations. This is theirs. When we leave this earth, this is for them.